FESTO Bionic Flying Fox. Imagine a bat that is not a bat, but a robot that can fly like one. A robot that has a wingspan of more than 7 feet and a body length of almost 3 feet, but weighs only a little more than a pound. A robot that has a thin and elastic membrane that stretches from its fingers to its feet and can control the curvature of its wings with its fingers. A robot that can communicate with a system that tracks its position, plans its flight paths, and delivers the necessary control commands. A robot that can fly semi-autonomously in a defined space, with only human intervention for takeoff and landing. This is the FESTO Bionic Flying Fox, a bio-inspired drone that mimics the flying characteristics of the largest bats in the world. Robird. Robird is a marvel of engineering and nature, a flying robot that looks and acts like a real bird of prey. It flaps its wings, soars in the sky, and chases away unwanted feathered guests. It is the perfect solution for bird control, as it does not harm or kill any living creature, but simply scares them away with its lifelike appearance and behavior. Robird is a remote-controlled ornithopter, a device that imitates the flight of birds. It can reach speeds of up to 27 miles per hour and is indistinguishable from a real peregrine falcon, the most feared hunter in the avian world. Robird is not only a useful tool, but also a beautiful sight to behold. FESTO Bionic Wheelbot. FESTO Bionic Wheelbot is a robot that can walk and roll like a spider. It is inspired by the cartwheeling spider, a creature that lives in the Sahara Desert and can flip and roll on the sand. FESTO Bionic Wheelbot has 8 legs, but it can fold 6 of them to form 2 wheels. It can then use the remaining 2 legs to push itself forward and roll faster than walking. FESTO Bionic Wheelbot can switch between walking and rolling modes depending on the terrain. It can handle rough surfaces, slopes, and obstacles with ease. FESTO Bionic Wheelbot is a stunning example of how nature and technology can work together to create new forms of movement. EELUME Underwater Robot. EELUME Underwater Robot is a snake-like machine that can slither and swim in the deep sea. It is a smart and agile device that can inspect, maintain, and repair subsea structures and pipelines. It can stay on the seabed for months, ready to be deployed at any time. It can change its shape and adapt to different tasks and environments. It can use tools and sensors to perform various operations and surveys. It is a green and cost-effective solution that reduces the need for surface vessels and human intervention. EELUME Underwater Robot is a fusion of nature and technology, a robotic arm that can move like an eel. Crabster CR200. The Crabster CR200 is a giant robot that walks on the ocean floor like a crab. It can withstand strong currents and explore places where other underwater vehicles can't go. It has 6 legs, 2 claws, and a shell made of carbon fiber. It can carry cameras, sonars, and sensors to scan the underwater environment and collect data. It can also grab objects with its claws and store them in a compartment. The Crabster CR200 is controlled by 4 people from a remote station. It is a powerful and versatile robot that can help us learn more about the mysteries of the deep sea. Pleurobot. Pleurobot is a robotic salamander that mimics the movements of a real salamander. It was designed by researchers at EPFL using 3D X-ray videos of a living salamander. Pleurobot has 27 degrees of freedom and can control its joints and muscles with realistic viscoelastic properties. It can walk on land, swim underwater, and transition between the two. Pleurobot is not only a fascinating example of bio-inspired robotics, but also a useful tool for studying the neural control of vertebrate locomotion. Pleurobot can help us understand how the spinal cord coordinates movement in animals and humans, and how it evolved over time. Pleurobot is also a potential platform for search and rescue operations, as it can navigate over rough terrain and explore underwater environments. FESTO eMotionButterflies. Imagine a swarm of colorful butterflies fluttering in the air, but they are not real insects. They are bionic creations that mimic the natural flight of their role models. They are FESTO eMotionButterflies, the result of combining miniaturization, lightweight construction, and functional integration. They have highly integrated onboard electronics that control their wings precisely and individually. They have infrared markers that allow them to coordinate their flying behavior with a central master computer. They are ultralight flying objects with collective intelligence. They are FESTO eMotionButterflies, the future of bionics and robotics. FESTO BionicOpter. What if you could fly like a dragonfly, with agile maneuvers and precise control? What if you could mimic the natural flight of one of the most ancient and efficient insects? That is the vision of FESTO BionicOpter, a robotic dragonfly that can fly in any direction, hover, and glide. It is the world's biggest flying robotic insect, and a marvel of bionics and robotics. It has a lightweight carbon fiber frame covered with a thin foil. It has 9 servo motors, a battery, sensors, and a microcontroller integrated in its ribcage. It has 13 degrees of freedom for its 4 wings, which can be individually adjusted and moved. It has infrared markers that allow it to communicate with a master computer. It is FESTO BionicOpter, the ultimate flying machine.